King The Walking Dead, because I made a bunch of Walking Dead videos. I'm on my way to do the Interlopers quest, I think, to kill some more bandits. Oh no, do me a favor, punch me. I did that, yeah. Had to fight someone. Did that within 5 minutes. Didn't make that much money. I also bought a new bow, however, I don't have strength for it. I need 15 strength. But I had to rebought my Cume bow, which needs 13. Also did some hunting. That when you fish fight, you gotta re-equip any of your weapons. Anyway, I'm on my way to Sasa. To the custodian, Sebastian von Berg. While I'm there, I can also go ahead and just, you know, help Bianca out, because she's working at the monastery. Helping the wounded. And you can really only help once you've got first aid 3, which I now have. But I mean, didn't really have a reason to go to Sasa before. Oh, I'll actually kill 3 birds with 1 stone. I'll be coming there, I'll be coming back many times. And Fritz and Matthew and Matthias. Yeah, Fritz, Matthew and Matthias. Matthew. Fritz and Matthew are at the, obviously at the tavern. At the bar. In Sasa. Sebastian von Berg, the custodian, he's a dick. He's a massive dick. I mean, he gives you a lot of money. Oh, and this is also important. I'll do this on my way back to Ratai. They were able to knock out a human. You know, he fell over. He was wounded. He fell over. The guy was coming out for a piss at night. The human fell over, hit his head, knocked out, and they locked him in the shed without any of his weapons or clothes. And what you can do is you can take that you can either pay the guy, the mill owner, to take him to Ratai. Take the human to Ratai. Or you can take the human to Ratai, get your reward in Ratai, then go back and give your reward, which I always do because I'm honorable. And then, yeah, but once you're close to Ratai, he will say that he has a stash of hidden money. Did I?
Shit, Henry!
Will I wear my helmet? Nope, I'm not. I'm not trying to wear my helmet inside of.
Is he ignoring us? Henry!
Is he ignoring us? I try to take my helmet off inside towns. This looks better.
Henry! I'm glad to see you.
Matthew! Fritz! You're alive!
Of course we're alive.
You can't get rid of us that easily.
I'm almost
Repetition
surprised how
games.
happy I am to see the pair of you are alright.
We are now, but we barely made it.
Yeah, it was hard. Fritz ran like a little girl.
Really?
Bollocks! Bloody Joker.
Tell us what happened to you.
They gave me a pretty good thrashing as well. It was only in Rattay that I got back in my right mind.
You're not doing too well either, are you?
Right now I'm helping the bailiff in Rattay.
That doesn't sound bad at all.
How are you two getting by?
It's shit.
You said it. We're still chopped off to bits. Owe the monastery a bundle. And there's no work here.
Not for anyone with more than half a brain, anyway.
No one's
They're my
interested
friends,
in two good
no?
carpenters in Sasau.
No one.
And we looked everywhere.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to know of anything?
It will really help us out right now.
I'll find you something. You can rely on me.
Thanks, Henry.
We'll pay off the debt. Don't you worry.
And where would they hire you to?
Well, we were carpenters in the mines, so wherever they work with wood, I suppose. Forget about construction. After Skalitz, no one will be building for a long time. Just here in Sasau, and they don't want us here. The best chance we have is to work at a mill. People always have to eat. Ideally, we're looking for a job that pays a lot and doesn't require much work.
Duh.
What other neighbours of ours made it?
Your hunker's in the monastery. That girl really helped us out. That's about all we know. When we ran for it, we helped Teresa, but who knows where she is now? We got separated.
I was the one who helped her get out of Skalitz. She lives with her uncle in a mill in Rattay.
I'm glad she survived.
Well, we helped each
Since you
other
know her
out.
so well, why not try asking her if she knows about
Yeah,
any work?
the miller and Ledetchko needs them. If you talk to Teresa, then they'll, you know, tell you that the miller and Ledetchko is old and needs some extra hands. I helped Teresa, Teresa helped me. I got knocked out by Runt.
Yeah. Yeah.
My horse is passing it. My horse was fucking spazzing out. There are 2 armorsmiths here. 2.
I hope I can be of...
And 1 blacksmith and 1 official armorsmith.
talking with you.
Like when Henry has the option to say to Fritz and Matthew, they've never been too fond of work. Who the fuck likes work? I mean, if you could get paid for doing nothing, everyone would take that job. And if you ever get bored, well, you have the money to do so. I mean, you have the money to do something at the time.
Just for a while, he says. To help. I hope they leave soon.
She also warned us that the Catwall was coming when we were throwing shit at Dutch's house.
Henry?
Glad to see you.
Dutch's house.
Me
Or
too.
Deutsch.
I heard that you're doing well.
Well, that depends.
You're alive. So you're doing well.
What's happening here? Oh my god. Philip and... they're all...
Yes. Where do you think the wounded ended up?
Actually, I had no idea.
Well, now you know. Me and Nicodemus have been trying to keep things under control since Skalitz was raised. Just the two of us.
Can I help at all?
Certainly. You can always use an extra pair of hands here. And it's been like that since the beginning.
I was in a bad way myself back then. They took me to Ratai unconscious, and I needed a healer. How's everyone holding up? What can I do?
Holding up? People here are dying. Usually needlessly, and I can't do anything about it. We don't have enough food or space or anyone who's willing to help us.
Why is there a guard outside?
He's here because of me.
Because of you?
Yes. There was one time I just had enough of it all. Of the way they treat us, and I almost slapped one of... But that doesn't matter.
And how are you doing? You're the only woman here, alone in the monastery.
Some of the monks speak to me, but other people act like I don't exist. Too bad the custodian isn't one of those.
Is the custodian causing you problems?
All the time. Apparently he has a wife somewhere, but that doesn't stop him. He's constantly strutting around in front of me.
And, what else?
What do you mean, what else? He's invited me to his home.
I could do something about it, if you like.
No, I can deal with him. The last thing I need is you going around threatening people. It won't help me, and it definitely won't help the refugees.
Doesn't the monastery care for them?
They give us some food for them and a place to sleep, but I wouldn't say they help exactly. More like they just tolerate us.
Do you have enough food?
Enough to survive, maybe. But convalescents need feeding up.
Maybe if I brought some meat, some game, that would strengthen them up.
That would be a great help.
Anything else you need?
Look around.
Well, it is a little crowded.
Crowded? I've had to leave some of the sick lying in the open air, even at night. And have you seen what they're lying on? I tried that.
I didn't listen to the last bit.
Well, it is a little...
Crowded? I tried that. Out loud. They just nod their heads, but don't move a muscle.
I have money. Lots of them. Lots of it.
What can you tell me about the custodian?
He's supposed to be in charge of all the guards and the security of the monastery. But really, he has a say in pretty much everything, including supplies. And that's why he probably thinks he can do whatever he wants.
Alright.
Look, last week Bohuslav died. Maybe you knew we desperately...
I'll do whatever.
I'll just, one guy needs a bunch of bandages. 10 bandages. I can't, I walk around with 5. Because that's as many as I need. Or, you know, I won't need more than that, you know. I can bind my limbs with one. The bleeding limbs.
He's not reacting. But all I can see that's wrong with him is his leg. I have to ask Johanka. What's wrong with that man by the altar? He doesn't look wounded, but he's really pale. He doesn't react at all.
He had a broken leg. A bad one. The bone had come right through the skin. We tried to straighten it, but I don't know if we did it right. I'm not holding out much hope for him. I've seen folk in that state before, and it didn't end well.
My God! There has to be something we can do.
And what do you suggest? The monks won't help, and I don't know anyone else who can.
What about the executioner from Rattay? He usually breaks bones, but he might know something about mending them too.
The executioner? Even if you could persuade him to come, they'll never let him in here.
Well, maybe it would be enough if he advised me and then I tried...
Look, do whatever you want.
Tell me more about
Fuck.
Alright.
I know how to
Good luck,
fix
man.
his bone. Load, Bloodline 2. In God's hands, yes. Yeah, that's the only dishonorable thing I do. I don't accept their surrender. Fuck no. Fuck no. No fucking way. They attacked me. A guy with a big ass helmet, massive sword. Big ass, I look like a knight. You think you can take me?
He's not reacted. What's wrong with the...
He...
Oh my God.
And what?
Well, I can try. I'll straighten his leg.
You?
Unfortunately, I've had occasion to try this sort of thing before. You have to place the bones as precisely as you can next to each other. It's hard, but you have to ignore any screams of pain. That's the only way to help him.
Well, fine. Try it then. Take care.
Are you holding him firmly?
Aye.
Done.
Let's take my gloves off.
Philip, from Skalitz. I don't see any wounds, but he's shaking terribly. These wounds have been well taken care of. What happened to Philip?
There was nothing wrong with him, and now he's getting worse every day.
But do you know why?
Maybe. He didn't run away from Skalitz, you see. He hid for days, among the corpses. If he got poisoned...
But what can we do?
Us? Nothing. Only Father Simon might have been able to save him. He knew a lot about poisons.
And where is he?
You know he left Skalitz years ago.
And does anyone know where he ended up?
If you believe the stories about a wild man in the woods, then Rovnar is the place to go. May the Lord watch over you.
He just needs to sleep.
It had better be something important.
I see you look much better.
No, I feel much better. Then I heard it was all down to you. Thank you. If you ever need to know about anything that's going on in Sasau, come and see me. There's nothing much happens here without my knowledge. Thomas is my name. Farewell.
I'm not needed here. These wounds have been well taken care of.
It better be something important.
This guy needs bandages.
You look alright.
Mostly, but my leg still hurts.
Did the Cumans wound you?
That's what I tell the ladies. Truth is, I did myself a mischief while I was running away.
And do they rebandage it for you?
Occasionally. They told me they don't have enough bandages.
Well, that's no use. Those bandages need changing. I'll get some.
I have 5 and there's some that I can get here. This is a bandage. And there's some more. But I can always buy some. I mean, I have plenty of money. I mean, I have plenty of money. I have the armor I want, I have the sword I want, bow I want, plenty of arrows. One more bandage. Ah, there we go. Now I'm out of bandages.
I have the bandages.
Wonderful. Could you tell Brother Nicodemus?
I can do it myself.
I thought you were a blacksmith.
A long time ago. But unfortunately, I've had to learn a thing or two about the art of medicine since then.
Well, fine then.
Reputation gained.
How are you feeling?
Good. It feels clean. Hope it helps.
It will. Tell them to rebandage you daily. You have the bandages here.
Thank you very much, Henry.
Don't mention it.
God be with you.
He needs a lullaby potion. There's
You're the
some
one
there.
who's in charge of the wounded.
Yes, I'm the infirmarius here. Time was I only had a few elderly monks who couldn't walk to take care of. Now I have this mess to deal with.
Monks so old they can't hold themselves up with their own legs.
Oh, if that were the only bodily function they could control. But I shouldn't talk like that. It's a blessing to live to such an age.
I'd like to learn something from you.
The alchemy is actually pretty good.
And what can you do?
A bit of everything.
Can you now? But to be more precise, do you understand herbs and medicinal plants?
I do.
Of course. Like the back of my hand.
You don't look the part, but if you say so. Go to the
My,
herb garden,
I'm not
take
that
a good
great
look
at
what's growing there,
herbalism,
and
but
then pull up the weeds in the herbaceous beds. Is that clear?
that's not a job for me. Look at me.
Poking around in the dirt isn't a job for me.
If you prefer to carve people up with a sword,
That is actually what I do prefer.
Why are they so badly provided for? People are crammed in next to each other, and some have to sleep outside. That can't be good for them. It gets freezing here at night.
I can't afford anything more for them.
How is that possible? You're the infirmarius. You decide how all the money gets spent.
But I have no say in how much money I'm given. And because the abbot's away, it's still the same amount I had when I was taking care of a few old men.
I'll give him some money.
And the local custodian? His crew has enough provisions.
I tried him, but it seems he had some disagreement with the Ohanka, and now he won't give us anything.
I'll try. Can't you do anything?
Unfortunately not. The brothers in the clue, and the custodian has enough on his plate with the chaos in the region. Besides, his main concern.
Can't believe your conscience lets you leave the...
I know. I'm ashamed.
Even so,
You're not the only...
How are the wounded?
Some of them, others are dying. It's a good thing we have Johann...
What do you think of...
Baron von Berg? Well, he does his job. And the last time I saw him was when...
I heard he's been here.
Well, that's true. He comes to visit Johann.
So you don't normally...
Well, there were accidents, of course. A broken leg, someone who'd been kicked by a cow or bitten by a goat. But this...
If only it had been a battle. This was cold.
You were there? God be...
How can I help?
Have you talked to your...
I did.
Well, if you know something about it, then go and take a look. However, you don't...
That's true. I'm the son of a blacksmith. I have been around the wounded before.
Come and speak to me.
Thank you.
I need to buy something. Maybe trade. Well, yeah, of course. No. Oh, antidote. Might need antidote. Good. Books. Buy that. Damn. Maybe I already have it. Let's see. Digestive potion. Savor snaps. Herbal decoction. Nighthawk. Found that. Cave mushrooms. 2 eye bark. 1 belladonna. Aqua, that's water. Water. Venom. Wine. Spirits. I'll give this guy Brother Elias.
And who are you?
Brother Elias.
What do you do here?
What I can. I'm just trying to help.
How long have you been helping?
Since before the refugees arrived.
And what do you...
Mainly, I help Brother Nicodemus. Occasionally, I keep watch. Sometimes I have to hold a patient.
Do you know anything about...
A little. I can manage the basics.
Thank you.
Let's look at the people outside.
These wounds have been well taken care of. Everything here is fine. Tell me more.
doesn't anyone help you with nursing these people?
Scholars, maybe, but they leave the healing up to God.
Can I have a look at them myself?
Do you now? And what would you do if you burnt yourself at the forge?
First, you have to cool it down with water. Marigold ointment helps, and it's better if you don't bind it and let it breathe.
You do know what you're talking about. Looks like blacksmiths know about more than just pulling teeth.
Pulling teeth? Nothing to it. As long as you don't squeeze the pincers too hard and crush them.
Well, go and see if anyone needs anything.
Yeah,
just don't go pulling anyone's teeth.
I had a teeth pulled.
Alright, that's all I...
Goodbye.
A bunch of my teeth never actually fell out.
Christ above! I can't get a wink of sleep.
One the moaning of the others.
Such a fuss about?
A fuss? Because of my leg, I have to stay here for at least another week. Hurts like fuck. And with everyone else moaning and groaning all night, I can't get any sleep.
Why don't you go and lie somewhere else?
I can't. Not with this leg.
Maybe I can make you something to help you sleep.
Oh, then for God's sake, do it quickly.
God be with you.
He needs something, a purple herb or something?
What do you want?
You're not from Scarlet?
No, but please help me. I can't stay here.
What happened to you?
I was working on the building when the scaffolding up by the roof collapsed underneath me.
Well, and you're very lucky you survived at all.
Yes, that's what everyone tells me. But it's no use being alive if all I can do is lie here like a wet sack of barley.
Well, you're pretty battered, but I don't see anything that a few weeks' rest can't fix.
Weeks? Oh God, I have to get back to work sooner than that.
What's the problem? Why can't you stay until you heal?
I have a family. I'm poor. It's only thanks to the building work that we can survive. When the master told me, if I don't come back in a few days, then I shouldn't come back at all. And where can me and my wife go then? Who'll take us in? We'll end up living in the woods, where any bandit or ruffian can set on us.
Is there anything I can do to help? It looks like they took care of your wounds.
When I was little, my father got trampled on by a horse, and an old hag from the village gave him some kind of purple herbs for it. And he got better very quickly.
And do you remember what the herbs were?
I don't. But there's supposed to be the whole cursed knowledge of the world in this place. Something has to be written about it. A herbarium, anything.
I'll try to find something.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know I don't know how to read, so it's doable.
He'll be able to get out of this on his own.
Herbarium. I don't know, I don't speak Latin, so... Herbs. Wormwood. Belladonna. Thistle. Mint. Mint, sage, comfrey. I think it was comfrey. I've already played this once. Here's some herbs.
Would you...
Hopefully I have...
Thank you. With any luck, if you find the time, may the Lord watch you.
There's much more that I need to do. Oh, this is when the custodian comes by.
Dear Mistress Johanka, I come again in admiration of your selfless dedication. I would like to invite you to a fine banquet at my palace. You certainly have earned... What business have you here, fellow? Who let you in?
He throws me in jail. Jail! Me! Can you believe that? I'm an honorable knight. Well, not officially a knight. Even if I already helped him, he still talks to me like that. I'm such a fucking... Wouldn't be surprised if he was born a noble.
Taking care of the wounded. as I'm sure you're aware.
Ah. Well then, run along and take care of them, and let me talk to your uncle. You're not needed here.
Wouldn't it be better to have the banquet here, Custodian?
What?
If you won't give the sick anything else, can you at least hold the banquet here?
Oh my god, Henry, what the fuck? I didn't ask for that. They'll throw me in jail for like a couple days, and then I can't help the wounded. And if I take too long, the wounded will just die. Boom, bada bing, bada boom, quest failed.
Nobody's going to talk to me that way. Lock him up for the night and let him learn some manners.
It's some bullshit. Like, that's some bullshit. And that gets added to my crime because I spent time in jail. Game. Oh shit! I forgot. God damn it. If you're still on the beta surface and that happens and you go to jail, yeah. And then you can't help the bailiff, which so you never get to start a quest that leads to another quest, which leads to another quest, and another, and another, and another. So yeah. Well, it saved right after. When did it last save?
He's not reacting.
And God bless.
Farewell.
Take care now.
May
One more. There we go. Now I'm here anyway.
Hope. Thank you. If you take care now.
What? God be...
Let's try this again. I mean, he's kind of harassing Yohanka, you know? I mean, Yohanka has expressed that she's not interested. Because he doesn't care about the wounded. And she does. And she doesn't like people.
As I'm sure you're...
Ah.
Yohanka doesn't need anything from you. Good man.
You will talk to me in an appropriate manner, you maggot. Understand?
Yes. Custodian. Johanka doesn't...
You will talk...
Yes. I won't intrude, custodian.
That's what I like to hear. Well...
That custodian Sebastian is really obnoxious.
He can be unpleasant, but in his own way. I don't know.
You can't be serious.
What's that supposed to mean? At least he was here, unlike you,
Bitch.
the whole time.
I didn't even know where they were.
Mind your own business. God be with you.
Bitch. God damn.
Good luck to you.
He'll be able to get out of this on his own. I'm not needed here. He'll be able to get out of it. He just needs to sleep. Everything here is fine. Philip, from Skalitz. I don't see any wounds. Everything here is fine. He'll be able to get out.
I'm honored that you...
I've come from Cap...
And what might the...
I'm not a messenger. I've nothing to report.
Oh, so it's you. The hero of Talmberg. So be it. If you succeed, I'll go... We know that one of their...
I'll take a look there.
Farewell.
Alright, free saving. We'll turn that down. I won't be helping you with this. No, at least not right now. I will eventually. Oh, the blue one is to find Father Simon. Isn't it? It's actually not that hard to find him. He's actually, yeah, somewhere around here. Living in the woods like a hermit. With like maybe two other people, even though hermits really live alone. Crazy old hermits.
Thank you. Thank you.
How...
How about some...
Certainly. Reliable. Some of the brothers, and sometimes it's the only way to get...
Thanks.
Oh, show me how. Okay, good. So I think I have one now. I know how to make it now. I know it's called a lullaby potion. Lullaby. 1 poppy, 1 thistle, 1 herb Paris. Poppy, Paris, thistle. and I'm selling. What was it? That's all? Just buy these. And check again. Pistol. Alright. I hope he has some. I don't think I saw him. I probably would have remembered if it was pistol. Right now, let's see what I need to prepare. We'll stay on the same page, luckily. Oleum, I think it's oil. Her oil, a handful of puppy, one of thistle, and one of her parents. Drop the puppy in the cauldron and boil for 1 turn. Add the thistle and boil for 1 more turn. Leave to cool, then add the herb petals. Got it. Wait, what? Poppy first? Oil, poppy. Alright, so. Inventory? Oil. Puppy, then thistle. I've already done lots and lots of alchemy. Well, lots, someone's called that. I've made like a marigold decoction and some savory snaps. That's about it. And now it needs 4 turns for it to actually boil. Yeah, it started boiling, but boom. At least for wine. And now I gotta leave it to cool. Which means that the fire go out. So there's no steam or whatever coming off it. Won't take too long. Paris. There's no way to stir it, sadly. Cauldron. File. Huh? Yes! Here we go!
I've got something for you.
Sending the Mario way.
Drink this, and you'll fall straight to sleep.
Oh, thank you. Good luck to you.
Here we go. Here we go. The custodian acts all superior to me. However, I can actually read and he needs a scribe.
I'm helping at the infirmary now, and I came to...
Ah, and how is your...
Yes, I do.
Good. Does she ever talk about me?
Sometimes. A little.
That's good. Excellent. Johanka means a lot to me.
I'm mainly here for supplies and to talk about the state of the wounded from Skalitz. They need blankets.
Try to suck up to him a little bit.
Well, that's not my problem. Let the infirmarius take care of it.
His hands are tied. Until the abbot comes back, he can't get anything.
And why should that interest me?
Maybe because of Johanka.
What precisely are you getting at?
Something could happen to her too, someday.
If any ill befalls my dear Johanka, she won't be left lying on some grubby floor.
Like he has a wife.
Personally, see to it she's taken
Divorce
care of.
wasn't an option back then.
Because I'll pay you.
For supplies? But of course. That will be...
Oh, come off it. You get your supplies from the monastery for free. No one will bat an eyelid if you ask for more. Blankets can get chewed up by mice. Food can go off.
Yes.
This won't even make a dent. This won't even make a dent.
The monastery needs my protection. They'll have to put up with it. Farewell.
Quest log. God's hands. Need to get some game. Find something. Help with healing the sick. So, game. I'll go to, or try to find Father Simon. On my way there, when I get to the woods, I guess I'll drink, well, I could obviously go to the butcher shop, because I'm not really allowed to hunt. I mean, these are the king's deer, and hers, and all that bullshit that I really don't care about. The chances of me getting ambushed here are pretty damn high, actually. You know, the custodian is so fucking selfish. Oh, it's just a wayfarer. He's so selfish. Like, he won't even lift a hand. Except to lift a drink. Did he just say, damn, I should have fucked off? Blood rush?
Wow. That's the end of you. You're in the wrong place.
The hell over there. They can't shoot it without getting into trouble. Oh shit.
What's that?
When it hunts, I don't need to do much damage. I take my hunting arrow. They'll die in one hit anyway. I have also hunted some deer and actually a boar. I shot like 5 deer. I went to hunting and went to the woods to hunt, to upgrade my hunting, but mostly my bow. Oh, god damn it. I haven't hunted in a while. Doesn't necessarily need to be hair meat, but hair is easy to find. Did I shoot this one already? Sucks that you can't swim. They don't run away, you see, so... Overshot. Yup, that's plenty. When I get there, I don't need to hunt right now. I don't want to do any more crime than I need to. Like, it really sucks that there's only one moment that you can hunt without it being illegal. Like, they should just give you the possibility to go to the huntsman, a gamekeeper. And if you go to him, you'll be like, yo, pay me this and I'll give you as much time to hunt. You know? Because, I mean, there are actual hunters, not just the huntsman and the gamekeeper. I mean, the butcher, he'll just, you know, cows, pigs, chickens, horses. Horse meat actually has a pretty nice taste to it. Lots of people don't know that, but horse meat is amazing.
brought some meat.
Oh.
Thank you, Henry. Rich food will definitely help.
Tell me... Can I help?
Do you know? Good luck, then.
Now, Brother Simon. Yeah, yeah. See, you should really have level 3 first aid, so you can actually do everything. It'll go much faster because, yeah, I had the option to go to what's his face, Executioner Ratai, Executioner Herman, I think his name is. I mean, why go there if I can do it myself? I mean, yeah, you don't have forever, by the way. If you don't do it fast enough, they will die, and you will fail the quest. Ah! Help! I'm trying to get off my horse at the same time. Oh, jump! Yes. I was about to give up and just, you know, I guess this is my life now. Forever trapped in a bush. Without being able to get off my horse. Just me and Al-Burak. Bukar, whatever his name is. Not like I care. He's fast and he has a lot. He has plenty of stamina. I was gonna say high stamina, but I won't go that far. And Pegasus is 2 points faster, but shit stamina compared to this horse, and it almost looks the same. And I'm pretty sure Pegasus is the fastest. And the stud forms. The stud forms are in Neuhof, Ujits, and Mehoyat. If you come here, there'll be a couple of people who ambush you because you think you're a looter. There's one guy who, you know, this guy stayed here. This is the one guy who stayed.
God save you, Henry. I'm at your service tonight.
He is
There's
brave.
not much going on around here. So you stayed here on your own?
Quite so. All by myself. All the others were either killed by the humans or fled to Rattay.
I'm sorry to hear that. And what's keeping you here, alone?
My older brother ran away with the wandering players. So when our father was on his deathbed, he made me swear I'd never leave our home.
I can see you took your vow seriously.
I did. And it's starting to get dangerous around here. Again.
The humans.
If it were humans, I'd grab an axe and that would be that. But a week back, some rabble made their way through here. They begged me for food, and mark my words, They weren't taking no for an answer. If they'd been just a tad under it, I swear they would have stormed the cottage.
There are gangs like that around, true enough. I saw the mess they left behind. Savages.
It was horrible. People tried to find shelter in the church, but them dogs was waiting. They knew too well that's where folk would try to hide.
And where did you hide?
By the grace of God, I got my family away into the woods.
And I don't see your family with you. I hope those bastards didn't sniff them out.
No, it takes better man than them to track me down. I sent my wife to Rattay with some others.
Do you think folk will ever go back to their homes?
Well, I don't know about Skalitz, but the folk here are sure to want to come back. The only thing they're missing is spiritual support.
Do you mean the priest?
Indeed. When the land's at war, noblemen fight to protect their property. But simple folk want someone to tend their souls.
Of course. But it was the Skalitz parish priest who ministered here, wasn't it?
He did. But there's been no sign of him since the attack. Or at least he's definitely not in Rattay anymore.
He's in Cecil.
That's true enough. I didn't see him there.
But if you're interested, young fella, maybe you could help us find the priest we need here.
I can always ask. But I've really got no idea where to start.
I can help with that. A few years ago, there used to be another priest in Skalitz. Simon.
I'm looking for him anyway.
Simon. Father Simon. I remember him. That's the one who went missing, right?
Aye. I don't want to spread rumours, but they say he was in love with his housekeeper. And then she died somehow.
That's not a story I've come across.
It only reaches folk who care for such tales. Well, to finish the story, Simon left the parish and ran away. You know that already. There was neither sight nor sound of him for a long time. Until this spring, he showed up here.
And what's he doing here?
That's just it. People say he's become a hermit.
All right. And where can I find him?
I couldn't tell you exactly, but you could start by talking to that girl's parents.
He didn't kill her or anything.
Nearby, and it's likely they know more. They may even have had words with him.
I'll go and see what they have to say for themselves.
God go with you, lad, and I pray you find him.
I mean, he thinks it's his
stabs
fault.
me in my sleep, I'd rather have a decent burial.
Don't worry.
I mean,
I'll bring someone.
I don't think it was his fault, but he thinks it's his fault. Like, I don't think, like, I think some people in church are allowed to marry and some others aren't. Well, he did. Well, he didn't marry, but he was with her. And I think God punished him by killing her.
Yeah.
I'll ask Simon for help about Peter? Patrick? Philip. PH. Philip. Doesn't make sense. The P and H makes it F. It's just straight up retarded. Can't play for much longer. Can only make these streams 1.5 hours long. If they get any longer, well, we'll start to delete the first part. I don't have the money to spend on a proper capture card. Oh damn, she's hot.
I'm looking for the priest, Father Simon, and I heard you might know of him.
Simon? What do you want him for?
I'm looking for the priest who used to take care of St. James, and the locals tell me they saw him around here.
I don't know if I can help you there. He'll never go back to his parish if you ask me. Very well. What is it you want to know?
What went on between Simon and your daughter?
Nothing that hasn't happened before. Our Mary was his housemaid in Scouts. She was pretty, very pretty. And he was young, and so things went the way they do between comely young folk. She came back home one day, heavy with child.
Yes, these things happen. What can you do?
I said as much. I was just glad our girl was provided for. Only she never had the chance to hold that babe in her arms. She didn't live through the birth.
I'm very sorry.
Such is a woman's lot in life. Men die in battle, and women in the arms of the midwife.
And what happened
Yeah,
to
a
Simon?
lot of women died during childbirth back then.
He took it the worst. He was sure God's wrath smote Mary for her fornication.
That's rubbish. People lie together out of wedlock all the time, and God never smites them down.
That's just what I told him. But it's hardly my place to lecture a priest. And who knows? Maybe he was right. The Lord moves in mysterious ways. He was overflowing with grief. He barely spoke, didn't eat, refused to take a new housemaid. And then, one fine day, the presbytery was deserted. It took a good season before another priest came along.
Where can I find him? He's said to be wandering around here somewhere.
I heard that too, and I'm inclined to believe it, even though I haven't seen him myself.
How come?
After our poor Mary went to her rest, we used some of the money he'd paid us to put a cross up by the roadside. And lately, there's been wreaths of comfrey turning up next to it. I don't take them there, nor my husband neither.
You think Simon does?
Who knows? Maybe it's a miracle. I could believe anything. But there's not been fresh ones for a while, so perhaps he's moved on elsewhere again.
We'll see. Can you tell me where that cross is?
Certainly. There are settling tanks for the mines to the west of Scouts. On the hill above them in the woods, there are several paths. Mary's cross is by one of them, close to the brook.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, I don't know what a brook is.
I'll be going.
Very good then.
I'll tell him.
God be with you.
Oh, there he is.
God save. What can I do?
It may sound strange.
Father Simon? I last saw him when he was paying me damages. That was back. If you want to know something, ask the wife.
I understand.
Goodbye.
Can I wash up somewhere? Yep, I can. It's raining, and that isn't cleaning me down. I mean, that washing trough or whatever, it's the same exact thing. It's not like there's soap in there. Soap wasn't a thing. Soap wasn't invented. You know? And if you just wash yourself with soap, or maybe just clean water, you wouldn't get the plague neither. Just wash that immediately off. I mean, if a person has plague, the plague or a plague, a sickness, a virus, it's just boom, everyone has it within a couple days. Depending, of course, where you are. See, this is an accident. The wheel, there's a wheel here. Basically means that supposed to be a wheel maybe. Wheel probably broke off. They're driving the cart. Fell. Crashed into this. Something.
Yeah.
By the, I know the guy, Simon himself, is by the river.
Yeah.
This must be that cross. Mary's mother was right. Someone did lay flowers here recently. I should have a look around and see if there's comfrey growing anywhere nearby.
He's living with a couple of other hermits. The rabbit. That's also a way to save. In the right bottom of the corner you can see a symbol. It's a saving and loading symbol.
Hey! Henry's come to see us.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I've come for the priest. Simon.
There's no one here called that.
There is. Do you take me for a fool?
All right. Maybe there is someone here. What of it? We're not going anywhere.
I don't know. Imprisoning a warlock can be a dreadful mistake.
What do you want about? Did you say he was a priest?
He is. But he's also a warlock. A master of the dark arts.
Oh yeah.
Do you think normal priests go hiding in the woods?
No, but...
My skill was high in that.
So if you don't want your eyes to
The nobility.
your nose to turn into a twisted root and your tongue into a toad, you better start to run. Now!
No, of course. No, we don't want that. We're very sorry. But it's...
No ifs, no buts. Clear out.
Fine, fine. Just take it easy now.
They kidnapped him.
thank you, my son. I was beginning to fear I'd never get out of here alive.
Times are hard when brigands roam the land and attack the defenseless.
But they didn't attack me. I saw them raiding birds' nests down by the path, so I took pity on them.
Which makes what they did all the more loathsome. That's no way to repay a good Christian's hospitality.
And to whom do I owe my salvation?
My name's Henry. You may remember me. I'm the son of the Scalit's blacksmith.
Your face does seem familiar. But listen, Henry, I can't help feeling you didn't stumble across me by accident.
It's true. I've come to ask a favor of you.
Me? What on earth could I do for you?
I need you to go back to St. James. The folk there need spiritual guidance. Scalit's is a burned-out shell, and many have died in St. James. They need a priest. Any priest.
I understand, but I have to disappoint you. I gave up my power. Instead, I've given myself over to repentance.
I know your story.
Then you know what I'm guilty of.
Yes, and I don't want to try to make light of it. Your conscience is your own affair. But I know that deep down you're a good man.
You don't know what you're saying. You don't know me.
But I know what you did. Many months break God's commandments willy-nilly, without the least shame.
That doesn't absolve me of my sins. God's law is set, no matter how often it's violated.
You're certainly right. But the people need you. And forgive me for being blunt, but while you can leave the presbytery if you choose, it doesn't absolve you of your duty to Christian folk.
But I'm a sinner. I'm not fit to guide anyone. I'm unworthy to do so.
Priests, bishops, monks, abbots, they're all sinners. Even the Holy Father himself is a sinner. You've done your penance, and now your people need you.
You're probably right. It is my duty. At least for a time, until they find someone better.
I don't think I'll find anyone better in a hurry.
All right. I'll take what I can carry and go back to St. James.
Thank you. Your parishioners will be very grateful. I need help with treatment.
And what's wrong with you?
Oh, nothing. But Philip from Scalit's is dying. He's lying in Sasau and won't last long.
Slowly now. What happened to him?
Nobody knows much. He's not wounded. But I heard he was hiding from the humans for days in a pile of carcasses.
The Lord have mercy. The living should never lie with the dead. His intestines must be purged. But even then, he's in God's hands.
How do I clean his intestines?
It might surprise you, but you'll have to give him alcoholic spirits. The purest you can get your hands on. The best is distilled from Artemisia. It'll make him a bit delirious, but it'll help. I'll show you how to prepare it.
Going around the bandits. Well, there are bandits here too. Yeah, watch out for that. Look in the combat music. My health is low. The screen is black. Very black.
Bring it on!
Ow. What? I got... Well, I hit him in the middle of it. In the middle of my combo. Oh god.
Is that all you got?
What about this?
Oh shit, I don't have stamina. No. What? Shut up.
Is that the best you can do?
You're dead! Call that combat!
Bullshit.
Go ahead and gather your strength. Gone weak at the knees, have you? You'll get what's for.
Fuck! What's the matter? Come on!
Ow, ow.
Yeah! Is that all you got? Yeah! You call that a top?
Yeah.
Yeah! Yeah!
Huzzah! I love saying that. All I wanted was to just go and kill some bandits. Okay, I gotta end this stream here. I'll start another one right away. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.